Thank you for tuning in to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest today is Laurie McAnaugh with Access Your Power Life Coaching. The show you're about to see was previously recorded at the WATD radio station in Marshfield. Kathy D is our producer, so she is the voice you will hear at the beginning, and you might see Larry with the midday show pop up into the background a few times as well. I hope you will enjoy the show, and if you'd like more information when the Power Radio and TV show both air here locally, please check out the credits at the end of the show. You can also find our shows soon to be archived on our new YouTube channel. So without further ado, here is yet another powerful woman revealed.
Okay, ladies, hold on for a sec, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Nicole, count for me, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that okay? Because I'm really far from the microphone so that I can be in the picture.
You're too far away from the mic, woman.
Okay. But
Okay. There we go.
Is that better?
Okay, that's good. You can work it off to the side of your mouth. But
Okay.
All right, now do it again. Count to 10.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Laurie, you please.
Hang on. Can we move this to the side a little bit?
Yeah, she doesn't want to look like it's growing out of your nose.
I just want to see your face.
Okay, hi. Hey, there you are.
There you go.
1, 2, good. Okay.
All right, ladies, stand
we want
by.
you to see the face over there, too.
Good afternoon, and welcome to WATD's Powerful Women Revealed. You're invited to enjoy an ongoing series of Good afternoon, and welcome to WATD's Powerful Women Revealed. You're invited to enjoy an ongoing series of uplifting, educational, and intimate discussions with local, powerful women that have all made the commitment to take their businesses and organizations to a higher level. These entrepreneurs have turned their dreams into reality. They work hard, outshine, and they mean business. These women reveal and share their inspirations, milestones, and successes with your host, Nicole Perry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and today we are really talking about health and wellness, right? My guest has over 11 years in coaching, and she's had her own life coaching business since July of 2008. She is board certified and is the owner of Access Your Power, located in the All 4 Healing Wellness Center, which is in Sagamore Beach. Her website is choosetobepowerful.com. She's been here before on the radio show, so I want to welcome her back, and she is one powerfully intelligent lady. I'm very proud to know you. Laurie McAnaugh, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nicole.
You are very powerful, and I love that your name of your business is Choose to Be Powerful. Access Your Power. It's all about power. Love it. Now, you've been on the show before, but for a new listener, can you give a brief description of why you made the transition out of your sales position or sales and coaching position into being a life coach?
Yeah, so I was a sales coach for 8 years and had a sales business, and it was great, and I loved every minute of it. One of the things that would frustrate me is in coaching with sales, there were a lot of obstacles at times for certain people that were life obstacles.
Oh, okay.
Situations that were getting in the way of their success. And for me, it became very obvious that those belief systems or life situations needed shifting in order for them to be successful in their sales business. And so many were so willing to say, okay, let's go there. Let's move some of those blocks. Oh. But there were quite a few who said, no, just tell me how to sell. Oh. And I couldn't help them because the life piece, they weren't willing to look at, and so it was tough to watch that. So I loved working with people in life coaching all aspects of their life, not just in their business. And that's what made me make that shift.
Oh, okay. And isn't that interesting that some people don't see that it really starts in your main who you are, you know?
Some people have a lot of pain, and they feel like if they open up a can of worms that that I don't want to go there. Maybe occasionally it would be an issue with a spouse, and that was really holding them back from being successful. Maybe the spouse wasn't being unsupportive, and they weren't able to leave the house at certain times. Yeah. Children, whatever it was, that they weren't using their voice, and it became an issue, and they didn't want to deal with that because it's hard.
And you really found so much joy in helping the people that really did want to uncover and go a little bit deeper in finding their power, why they're giving their power away. We'll talk about that later, because that's one of your main things, is not giving your power away, right? Right. Okay. Now, so what really did anything scare you about changing your career?
Absolutely. Terrifying, actually.
How young were your kids at the time?
Oh, gosh. My youngest was 8, so... Yeah. Like 8 and 14. Yeah. So, it was terrifying. I had a successful sales business. So the thought of shifting, and giving up a paycheck that was
the
consistent
income.
For a paycheck that was completely non-existent, actually, at the time.
I know. Well, and actually, you went and got board certified. So you had to invest more.
So I was investing a lot of money on trainings and classes. And so the financial piece was terrifying, and to be able to say to my husband, I really think I can do this, and I've got to give up this paycheck, and he was fantastic, so supportive, has always supported me. But the other thing that was actually even more scary for me was I had this little voice in me that said, "Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?" Like, charging people to come and
take your advice.
Who are you?
Well, now that voice is saying, that voice is gone, because you're given such great value every time I come to you. Oh my God.
It's just great to have that dynamic. It's such a partnership, and it's such an honor. So that
dynamic that you have with your clients.
Yeah, it's such an honor. It's I'm so humbled by the fact that I get to do this.
And do you learn from your clients too?
I learn so much from my clients.
Really?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, so it really is a partnership.
Well, you haven't learned anything from me.
Oh, of course I have.
Who knows? I don't really care. Now, what does life coaching mean to you? Because I think that there are a lot of different styles of life coaches.
There is a lot of style. There are a lot of styles. You're right about that. And that's a great thing. You know, there are definitely people who have come to my office, and I'm very open with them if it's not a fit. If they need somebody who's more career coach and they're looking to revise their resume, and I can do that. I can help you.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather refer somebody out if it's not my specialty. And for me, my specialty is more about life situations,
the balance of everything.
Yeah, but seeing the whole thing. But life coaching is really about being in the present and looking at how you are reacting and responding to the situations in your life. And the choices that you make, the thought patterns that you let run amok inside your head, and then making shifts and creating a future. So it's very unlike counseling, where there's a large focus on what's happened in the past, healing traumas, and things like that. We really don't do a lot. We don't do any of that. We stick with the present and what needs to change, what needs shifting and transformation.
So really the past sort of can sometimes creep its way into the conversations, but that is not the main focus. Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't tell my clients they can't tell me something that might have happened in the past. It could shed some light, but we don't stay there. We don't stay there.
Okay.
And often it doesn't come up, which is interesting. Sometimes it does if there's a lot of pain, but oftentimes it doesn't come up. We very much stay in the present.
So what do you feel like is your biggest strength as a life coach? So to help people focus on the present?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I could give you a list of strengths right now.
Well, thank you. I think for me, my strength is seeing that big picture and getting people to shift their perspectives out of the problem and into the solution. And seeing that big picture, how important is this really and truly, and how much energy are you giving to this problem? And how much energy are you giving to the solution? Let's look at that.
So. Oh my God! Wow! Yeah, because if you're just wallowing, you're just kind of a wheel on the circle going round and round and round and analyzing the problem in 50,000 ways. When you really need a solution because you got to move forward.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes people don't realize that they're stuck in the complaining mode or the self-pity mode, and they don't realize it until they start talking out loud to me, and if I point it out, then they have that accountability to say, okay, so now what's next?
Yeah. I love in one of our sessions, we only have about a minute before we have to go to break, but I love in one of our sessions, I started to give you a long list of, issues or whatever it was. And then I gave you a positive thing. And then I started to go on it with the stuff again. And you said, no, you're done. You're done. You're not focusing on this one positive. You're focusing on all of these negatives. And that one positive outweighed everything else.
Yeah, it usually does.
And I was like, the light bulb went off. I was like, wow, that was really powerful. And I don't want to go into details, but it was a really powerful moment for me. And I walked out of there that day thinking, okay, I need to get another appointment because I would love to have some more powerful light bulb moments like that. Look, I got a little tear in my eye. All right. Well, I know that I read somewhere, and I think it was on your LinkedIn page, that true power comes only with the understanding that all we require to accomplish accomplish our goals already exists within ourselves. Really?
Yeah, it's in us. I mean,
I know I've said that a million times, but really, all the answers are in us.
It's in us. We just can't access them because there's so many blankets of self-limiting beliefs and stuff, and cultural and societal, belief systems, and but it's there, and we know this because just look at all of the inspiring stories of amazing people. The power of the human spirit is ridiculous. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, why can't we be one of those amazing people? We don't have to wait for a tragedy, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I hope you'll stay with us. We are with Laurie McAnaugh, and she's a board-certified life coach, and you can find her at choosetobepowerful.com if you want more information. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and you're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD. Welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Laurie McAnaugh. Am I saying your name right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And she's a board-certified life coach. You can find her information at choosetobepowerful.com. Now, you are a very confident lady, and you had a very successful sales career. Where does your confidence come from, and how can somebody that does not have as much confidence gain confidence?
Where does my confidence come from? I think I feel like I've always had some of that.
Mm-hmm. Your parents?
Yeah, and
growing up?
Childhood, yeah, definitely for sure.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one sister. So, definitely there's an element of that coming back that far. But also, I think one of the things I noticed is I'm not I don't get nervous about taking risks, even emotionally putting myself out there.
Yeah.
And I think, the more I don't take myself too seriously.
It's all about choices.
Of course.
I mean, every time I see you, I know that you're choosing to be calm. You're choosing not to be rattled. You're choosing to just let it wash over you. Like everything, when I look at you, I see that you're making those choices because I learned that from you.
Thank you. I mean, my choice to be there's choices in every moment.
Yes.
You know, will I let this roll over me?
Yeah.
Or will I let it bounce off?
Yep.
And to me, it's about really being authentic and focusing on the true meaning of how I want my life to be, who I want to be, how I want to show up. You know, that's.
I say that all the time now. How do I want to show up in the world? Because you taught me that. You know, do you want to show up being bitter or happy or, you know,
jealous, angry?
Yeah.
And not to say that I don't ever have those emotions. Of course that I do. Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're human, just like the rest of us.
Absolutely.
You're just a superwoman.
Well, no, that's not true. And I tell my clients all the time, I'm right here with you.
Yeah, you do that. You say that. Yep.
I'm right here with you.
Yep.
I think one of the things that how I've evolved over the last 10 years as a coach is when I'm in those emotions, so say I'm feeling, you know, some of those real negative emotions like jealousy or anger or you know, whatever, I tend to observe myself in the emotion, which is a really interesting concept.
That's kind of a skill.
It is a skill, and it's so there was an example that I could use the other day, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember washing dishes and feeling this emotion that didn't serve me at all.
What, because you were the only one cleaning and nobody else was?
No, it wasn't that. I think
that's what I would have been feeling.
I think it was actually something to do with money. I think it was like this fear that came in. I have an old pattern of belief. Who knows where it came from? Who cares? Of there's never enough. And it's just amazing to me how deep our belief systems really do run. And I remember thinking as I'm washing the dishes, wow, this is so powerful. This is so deep.
Yeah.
These belief systems, like consciously, I know this isn't the truth.
Yes.
I know this isn't the truth. I know better.
Yeah.
But whoa,
you
it's
have
got a hold
plenty.
of me.
Everything you need, you have
enough.
it. Yeah.
There's always been enough. But for whatever reason, I can go right back to that fear spot of there's never enough. There's never enough. And it's really fascinating. But I think when you're in that moment and you can watch yourself going through it, and I think over time of really knowing, you know, that I have choices over my belief systems. I have choices over how I feel. That right there develops a sense of confidence as you move through your life.
Oh, yeah. And really, you know, what you're so passionate about is not giving your power, you know, standing in your power, claiming your power, not giving it away. And really, to have those thoughts is really giving your power over to the thought.
To the fear.
To the fear.
Fear of not enough, or fear of whatever it is, you know, fear of being out of control, fear of failing, fear of being rejected.
Yeah.
There's so many fears that we as human beings
And if you live a fear-based life, you're not really living, right?
Right.
And you're just living in the past or the future. So that means, so if you're living in fear, you're not living in the present?
Exactly.
Really?
Wow, that was great, Nicole. That was very, very deep. You're absolutely right.
Well, you put two and two together, you know.
You betcha.
So basically, because you can't ever fear anything that's happening currently.
Well, if you're in the present, then you're
happy and you're standing in your moment and you're standing in the present.
Well, that's all there is.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're living in the future, what you're doing is living in anticipation.
Oh.
Right? So you don't really know.
Yeah.
And if you're living in the past, well, that already happened.
Yeah.
So what next?
So you still have to prepare. I mean, I had to prepare to come here today. So there's still a level of being prepared and preparing yourself.
It's when it starts to steamroll over you and
control you.
The what if. The what if. Then it's hard to function in that.
And then control every of your future thoughts and movements and actions.
Yeah.
Wow, you are one powerful lady. Okay, now, so why do so many of us do it? Why do we live in the fear or the past or the future?
You know, I have to be honest.
We're just human.
Yeah, we're human beings, and that's a question that I don't think really needs an answer, and I'll tell you why.
Oh.
We so often say, why do I do this? What's the matter with me? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he do that? Why did she? And who knows where some of our belief systems come from? They come from our foundation, which is our childhood. You know, there's so much work out there. Bruce Lipton is one that I think of, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he talks a lot about a lot of our thought patterns were very much not set in stone, but developed very, very much by the age of 6.
Yeah.
And so here we are, adults walking around with these that's old stuff. It's just, this is all we know, and this is what we've always done. And so when we want change, we have to make different choices.
Yeah. So
way
what's
we
the
think.
real question we should ask ourselves? If it's not, why do so many of us live in fear or live in the past or live in the future instead of living in the present? I guess the question is, why aren't you living in the present?
Or what the next question is what am I choosing now?
What am I choosing now, right now? What am I choosing?
What am I choosing now?
And is it positive? And is it serving me?
Does it strengthen me? Does it weaken me? And, there's some research out there now that to change a long-standing thought pattern belief system, it takes us a good 6 to 12 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm writing that down.
6
wow.
to 12 months.
6 to 12 months.
So we really need to see it often, which can be really uncomfortable, which is why it can be so difficult to change.
And I guess it just takes us that long to reprogram our minds.
Exactly. The neural pathways of our brain. Yeah, absolutely. It takes us some time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a well-traveled path in the woods. It's easy to take that well-traveled path because it's already laid out for us. If we want to forge a new path, that's going to take us a while. We're going to get slapped in the face with branches, and right before it's actually a path.
I love the visual.
Yeah, it's a good metaphor. So
all right. Well, we're gonna come right back and continue this. I do want to mention that we are also going to air on PAC TV. Not sure of the exact date yet, so you can watch on Tuesday nights at 7, and that is Plymouth, Kingston, Duxbury, and Pembroke. And in the meantime, you can check out PowerfulWomenRevealed.com. My guest is Laurie McAnaugh. She's a board-certified life coach, and you can find her at ChooseToBePowerful.com. I hope you'll stay with us. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and you're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD.
Welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole
Nicole Perry, and my guest is Laurie McAnaugh, and she's a board-certified life coach. You can find her at choosetobepowerful.com. Love the website. Now, we were just talking about how it takes us 6 to 12 months really to change those thought patterns and to, gain our power back, stand in our power, live in the present. How do you teach stronger ways of how we think and how we react? Because it's the thinking and then it's the reacting to other people or situations too, right?
Right. Yeah, so it all starts with awareness. So we need to be aware that how we are contributing to our problems. So
how we are contributing.
How we contribute, yeah.
By staying stuck on that thing that we're just going over and over and over.
On, we can really spin. So I call it the monkey chatter, the constant monkey chatter that goes on in our heads. So to become aware of that, and that's what's great about working with a coach, because oftentimes, somebody isn't even aware that this is a primary thought in their mind on a daily basis until they start talking out loud and I start asking questions. And then they realize, wow, where am I putting all my focus and all of my energy? But I also, the question, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What is it that you want to experience? And are your current choices in alignment with what it is you want to experience? And oftentimes it's not.
Yeah. And now I did hear that you're working with many hours a week with the homeless and some women with experiencing domestic violence. Is that still happening? Or
Yes.
And what are you learning from working with these individuals?
One of the things that I've learned, I've been doing this, working with the homeless for a couple of years now, and more recently with women who have experienced domestic violence. And I think the biggest thing I've learned is to release judgment. It's so easy for us to judge, and and I was certainly one of them. And it's amazing to me. I leave and I think, there, by the grace of God, go I. And I'm in awe. I'm so humbled to work with them. It's such a gift and an honor for me. I learned so much from them. And what I've learned, I think, the most is how alike we all are.
We're all human.
Yeah, and how blessed that I truly am, and the upbringing that I've been able to experience, the parents that I was blessed to have, and the relationships, and when you've got a tough start, man, it's no joke. It's no joke. And just to kind of retrace a step of what I said before, it is truly amazing how deep our patterns run. And it can be difficult to make different choices without support. Sometimes I'm sitting across from somebody, and when I say, I believe in you, you can do this, I so believe in you, I care about you, sometimes it's the first time they've ever heard those words.
Oh my God. So, they are so blessed to have you too.
Well, I'm blessed to have them. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to do this work, and I leave every single day that I work with this group of people feeling incredibly grateful and blessed. So,
well, it's a great thing to give back to the community any way you can, especially when you are an expert in a certain field, and what a great way to give back.
I always encourage people to make
and you
that
really
choice, because you get so much from it.
Well, and you really are helping so many people.
Yeah,
you are.
Well, it's a giving and a receiving, and I say this to them.
I'm going to cry again. I must be wicked emotional today.
Sometimes somebody will say to me, "Wow, thank you," and I say, "No, thank you, because you give me so much, and if there's not a giving and a receiving, it doesn't work.
It has to be both.
Yeah, it has to be both. And I with my private clients as well, there's got to be a giving and a receiving.
Exactly.
For everything that we choose. So,
Now, what is your greatest observation about people's behaviors? Is it really that we don't live in the present? Or is there other sort of observations you've made?
That's definitely one of them. I think that there's an epidemic of low self-esteem, low self-worth,
Yeah, the
worthiness.
confidence. Yeah, the
that
low
confidence piece. Yeah, we're very hung up on what other people are going to think about us.
Yeah.
And, so that's, some of the choices that we make that just do not serve us, and we really operate sort of in our own little bubble, and we really forget to expand that perspective so that it's bigger.
And it's not about caring what other people think of us. You still have to have good manners and be kind.
But that's back in, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up in the world? What do I want to experience? If I want to experience people who respect me in great relationships, then I've got to show up in a certain way. If I have no manners, then people are not going to want to be around me. My relationships are going to suffer.
Yes,
and then I will not, there's a receiving there that just, it won't happen.
Yeah.
So it really goes to, it's not that we have to because what will society say or what will other people think. It's what is it that you want to experience in your life?
Yeah.
And are your choices in alignment?
Yeah, they need to be in alignment. If you're not in alignment, something's going to go awry.
Yep.
It's going to come out in some other way. Right? Okay. Well, we only have about another minute before we have to go to break. So what else do you teach your clients to gain back their power? How else do you, is it really just, I know we're repeating a couple of things here, but you have to repeat it. It takes 6 to 12 months for us to.
This is the truth.
And this is only 45 minutes, so.
So I over all of the years of coaching, one of the things that I noticed is I would use the same terms over and over and over again.
Yes.
And so I sort of developed these 5 paths to power that I call.
I wrote them down. I have them in my office. Yep.
So I really use those tools. One of them is intention. What do you want to be?
Intention.
How do you want to show up? Yeah. The second one is responsibility. If happiness is your choice, it's up to you.
Yep.
Put your bubble on and really make those decisions of what you allow into that personal space and what you put out.
Yep. Okay. So it was intention, responsibility.
The third one is compassion. We're doing the best that we can with the tools that we have. So have compassion for yourself, and so is everybody else. So we're very quick to judge. We're quick to judge others. We're quick to judge ourselves. The fourth one is forgiveness. And not just big stuff, but the little stuff. Forgive people for being who they are.
Yeah, for having a bad day.
Yeah, accept people for who they are, and let stuff go. We carry around too much drama. And the fifth one is gratitude. And really, where are you putting your focus? Is it on the problem, or is it on the solution? And is it on what you do have?
Yeah.
And what is good?
Yeah, being grateful and intention is huge. That comes out of my mouth on a daily basis now with my kids. So, all right, well, we've got one more segment. I hope you're going to stay with us. My guest is Laurie McAnaugh, and she's a board-certified life coach. ChooseToBePowerful.com. You're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD. welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Laurie McAnaugh, and she is a board-certified life coach. And I want to ask you, what do you think, or how does being more aware change your life, really?
It's complete transformation. When you become more aware of the way you're thinking, the way you're reacting to... Yeah, the way you're reacting to the same old, it provokes you to make changes. You start to see yourself
when
more
you're
clearly.
aware.
When you become aware of something that you see is not serving you.
Yep. And now you've got knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. So what happens is you start living in the conscious versus the unconscious. Because most of our life, most of our everyday is making choices from the unconscious. Because this is what we do. This is what we've always done. You know, I've got to do this. I've got to make dinner. I've got to go to school. I've got to go to work. I got to, and we just go. And so the power of awareness is really watching yourself in and amongst your day, and even more important, watching the thoughts that you're having and how you evaluate, how you're, whatever's going on.
Evaluate versus, the thought just left my head. I wanted to say evaluate it versus, just go over and analyze. Evaluating
we do
versus
a lot of overanalyzing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So evaluating is a good word.
So just kind of evaluating how am I choosing to think about this situation? How am I choosing to react to this situation? So the power of awareness allows us to be more conscious, and that's the first step to making a shift.
And you are one of the first women that told me something really important about your consciousness. And there's another gal that did as well. Your unconscious thoughts are thoughts you can't put into words. But as soon as you can put it into words, it's not a subconscious thought anymore. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, and it starts to lose its power when you put it into a conscious thought.
Into words.
Yeah, and you put it into words, and so that's an interesting way to... I don't think you got those exact words from me, but...
I think I learned something from you to that degree. All right.
But that's great, yeah.
So now how about, I'm going to use this word right now, patience, because I don't have a lot of it. So, and that's just really a choice. Yeah. How do I, if I find myself really frustrated and I'm really impatient, what's a trick I can do?
That's a skill. Patience is a skill, in my opinion. And I think that this is just one of the skills that could be very valuable to be taught in school, and it actually now is, and it's called mindfulness. And in some very lucky school systems, there's an organization that I support that I absolutely love called Calmer Choice, and it's down the Cape currently right now, and they go in and they teach mindfulness techniques to children, and basically what mindfulness is creating a space between the situation that's happening in the moment and your reaction to that. So something happens, then we have the choice. We can react the way we've always reacted, or when we develop the skill of mindfulness, whether that be, they teach children 5-finger breaths. That's just one of the many things that they teach. So you'd be taking a breath in at the top of your thumb and letting it out as you move your finger down into the crook of your fingers, and then going all the way around to each finger and taking a breath in. So you're basically taking 5 very deep breaths.
Okay, I need to do this.
You're using a visual. And it sounds so silly and so simple, but for me, simple is always the most powerful thing.
Yes.
And we're
because when you make it too complicated, no one's going to do it.
It's crazy. Yeah, it gets very complicated. So mindfulness helps us with the skill of patience, and really taking a breath and reminding yourself what is really important in this moment. Where do I want to put my energy?
Okay. Now, how does, or maybe it doesn't, forgiveness give you power? Does forgiveness gain power back? Does it help you?
So forgiveness is something that can be so difficult for people, and I think there's a lot of myths with forgiveness, and we think that, forgiveness is something that we give to somebody else, or it's an act of giving towards others. And for me, forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves.
Yeah.
And forgiveness is about letting go and release and not carrying around such a heavy burden. And but even more so, forgiveness in the everyday. We're just so judgmental. We're always taking offense to everything everybody else does, and we take things very personally. We can be really oversensitive, and we have to remember that we all perceive the world in a different way, and we need to take that step back and let people be who they are. That does not mean in any way, shape, or form that I condone doormat energy. That is not about that. Yeah. But I think we're just so hard on ourselves, and we can be tough on other people.
All right, well, we only have about a minute left. If you could change anything in the world, what would you change?
I would change, oh gosh, that's such a hard question. The first thing I think of is there's, and I hate to get political, I guess I would change, I think there's a lot of social programs that I would love to give the people who receive those social programs more of this type of stuff, and letting them know that they're so powerful. Yeah. They've got so much in them, and I think we give our power away thinking that other people need to take care of us, and I don't think that that's on purpose that we do that. But I think there's so much love to give, but we need to also give empowerment to people, and to teach that.
Yeah, to teach the empowerment.
So that they understand just how incredibly powerful they are.
It's a good feeling to help other people and empower other people.
That's where the confidence comes from, and the desire and willingness to really make lasting change.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here today. We're out of time.
Thank you for having me.
And like I said earlier, you'll see Laurie on PAC TV. I'm very proud to promote Laurie and her business. And I want to thank you for listening and recognizing all of these powerful women along with me. I hope you will tune in next Sunday after the news at noon. Have a great week, and remember, knowledge is power.
I want to thank you so much for watching the Powerful Women Revealed show. The Power Show is a compelling way for entrepreneurial women to capture and share who they are, why they are so passionate about what they do, and how their business is unique and stands above the rest. Laurie is extremely passionate about helping her clients transform their lives by becoming aware of the choices that we make. I am personally very proud to promote Laurie with her life coaching business, because Laurie has helped me see clearly that every thought that I have, every action that I take, and anything I might actually avoid is all a choice. Laurie helped me recognize that I am perfectly capable of changing my not so pleasant thought patterns into thoughts that both serve me and help me become a better person each day. The Power Show is a unique platform for women to really convey what their mission is in their life and what they stand for. It is a place to use their voice and give their noble message the validity it deserves. Laurie's message is a very noble one. Acknowledge your thoughts that are not serving you and replace them with ones that will. After just a few sessions with Laurie, I really understood the importance of setting my intentions clearly with every single thing that I do, everything that I say, and everything that I stand for. With the help of Laurie's coaching, I really became more grateful, compassionate, and understanding of others around me, and more importantly, more grateful, compassionate, and understanding of my own self. Laurie helped me also understand that forgiveness is something that we give ourselves, and it can be life-changing in a really powerful way. The Power Show is for the woman who has something to say and will stop at nothing until her voice is heard. And Laurie is on a mission to help people see that they have the power to change their thoughts if they want to. Laurie helps others with her inspiring simplicity and her words of wisdom. Laurie embraces her own vulnerability in an effort to strengthen who we are together. My intention for the Power Show is to empower women and men of all ages to follow their dreams and really inspire our future generations to be the change that they want to see. It is my personal mission to acknowledge such intelligent women in business and women entrepreneurs. I have the pleasure of meeting and knowing some really amazing women, and I am absolutely honored to promote them in a powerful way. Laurie is such an amazing mentor for me. She embodies strength, courage, and sincerity. I am so proud to promote Laurie, McAnaugh, and the powerful women on the show, promote who they are, what they stand for, and how they are helping people in and beyond their communities. I hope you will tune in next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another episode, and I want to thank you for watching Powerful Women Revealed.